Good morning. It's a rainy morning and it is summit day. It feels a little funny saying it's summit day on this trail, but it is summit day. We have about 11.7 miles to Chihuahua Bald, and then we're going to plan to go about another mile past that to a shelter on the AT for the night, so to give us right at 13 for the day. It has rained for the last couple hours, and I think it's supposed to rain all day. We haven't had cell service for, I think, a day and a half or so. But Come Along was able to get a little bit of weather on his Garmin inReach last night. And it looks like, I don't know, the weather was kind of a sporadic report. It kind of gave 6-hour windows of time. So I think it's supposed to rain most of today and then clear up this evening. So anyway, I don't know how much videoing I will be doing. It would be depending on the weather. I cracked my phone, this new phone, at Bucky's on the way down, so I don't know how waterproof it is. Look at all the leaves. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. There are leaves covering the outside of my tent. There we go. That's a good view right there. It's starting to get daylight here, so I'm halfway packed up. I've had breakfast, finishing up my coffee, and then I'll be rolling on. All right, so we're pretty much all packed up. Water Girl's putting on the finishing touches. Hammer's all packed up. This is where Chap was. It's weird talking about myself like that. I think so far it's kind of rainy from the trees, but it's not horrible. So let's just, as Water Girl said, be thankful for the weather we have right now and just see what we get. All right, it's beautiful in its own way, but it's kind of a nasty, muddy, wet morning. And there have been tons of obstacles. I was not doing a very good job recording until Hammer just got his camera out and reminded me to do my job here. Good work, Kilted Hammer. All right, we just got a little cell service and it looks like the weather is gonna be about cleared. And look at this beautiful carpet of yellows and reds. Look at that thing. I got some suction cups with me. We're gonna try to climb that sucker. Just kidding. Look at this hillside, wow. When you least expect it, you find something like incredibly beautiful. Did you check the weather? The rain's gone. So we checked the weather up there. The rain's pretty much gone. Man, this is a heck of a camp spot right here. All right, it looks like the rain's pretty much all the way stopped. We got some service. Looks like we're good for the weather for most of the day. It's gonna be kind of gloomy and wet, but it shouldn't be much more rain. Didn't show any sun, but the trail has pretty much been for, I don't know, half mile maybe, on this old gravel road. It's full of leaves. It doesn't look like it's really ever used by vehicles. And I think we're gonna take this all the way down to a road and then take a bike path that shares the treadway with the Bartram Trail. And then I think we do this until we get to the 5 miles remaining. And then I believe it's 5 miles of real trail climbing the whole time to Chihuahua Bald. Maybe. There's actually another spot right there. It looks like another old road that could have been used as a campsite. There's the legendary Hammer wearing his kilt. Look at this view. incredible. All right, Hammer and I have been up here admiring this beautiful view. So down below, I don't know if you can see, let's zoom in. There's Come Along and Sprague right down there. And then right over there, there's that helicopter we saw yesterday, and you can't see it from here, but that white cable is attached to the big thing that I thought was a drill. Come Along said it was a big blade, and that's how they cut the power lines. That's pretty cool. All right, look at that. The sun is coming out in some places. We got blue skies over there. That weather forecast we got last night and what we were looking at earlier in the week was looking kind of bad, but it's starting to look like we're gonna have a beautiful summit day with a potentially beautiful view and nice weather on Chiowa Bald. It'd be nice to dry everything out while we're up there. So we're gonna continue walking on here. It looks like there are some Johnny on the spots, or Porta Johns, or whatever you want to call them, over across the way. We may have to check those out, see what's going on over there. And man, look at this beautiful sunshine. All right, here's this helicopter up close. Man, that's pretty neat. Let's get over here. There's the helicopter. And then there's the line. And here's the big saw. And look at that thing. Bunch of big old blades. I guess that's the motor up at the top of it. Wow. Look at that, how beautiful. The Nantahala River is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Come Along informed us that this is right here is where the NOC launches all the rafts and boats, and they float back to the NOC that way. Looks pretty smooth right there, but I know there's some good rapids on that water. That's interesting because I don't think this is a road for cars. I think it's a bike path. Wow, I wonder if that's like an individual's home. Right here on the water. That, what an amazing location for a home. I couldn't video for a while. My phone was locked from all the moisture on the lens, and it was I guess, punching in the wrong security code, and then it locks it. So there was a really steep climb up out of the road, and now it's just kind of nice and easy for a bit, walking along this beautiful stream that I don't think you can see in the camera. I think we're probably 4 miles from Chihuahua. It's been a slow day, really. It's been nothing, well, other than that one climb, it's not been very difficult. But we've just been moving slow, I guess, starting in the rain and all. Sprite and Come Along are up ahead of me. Hammer and Water Girl are behind. But there's a Ledbetter Creek campsite up here not too far, within the next mile or half mile. I plan to stop there and probably take a break, take a lunch maybe, and wait on them to catch up. So, all right, see you in a bit. Oh, all right, Roadrunner. We got a river crossing. Mountain weather. It is, I'm a couple miles from the top of Chihuahua Bald. And a few minutes ago it sprinkled for a minute. Now there's thunder. The sky's kind of just white gray. It's not real dark or anything on this side of the mountain, but I keep hearing thunder rumbling. When we had service earlier, it looked like the radar was clear and all was going to be good, but you never know what's going to happen in the mountains. I'm not really sure what to do. I think I'm going to just keep going for now and try to get up to Bartram Falls and just hang out there for a bit and wait for Water Girl and Hammer. Hopefully they get here before a storm hits and we can figure out a plan. I mean, the only plan is probably to walk in the rain, or the storm. All right, I'll keep you updated. The aftermath, all the little ice pellets everywhere. The storm came, was quick, dumped some hail on us. I ducked under a rhododendron, and I wasn't there but a couple minutes. And then Water Girl and the Hammer came up around the corner. So now we're 3 of us are together, hiking towards the waterfall in this beautiful weather. Bartram Falls. All right, we're almost to the top. We got a sign right here telling us how far everything is. We're only 8 miles from the vehicle. I think we're 0.1 or 0.2 from the summit. If only this was like Katahdin and we could stand on the sign. But one thing's really cool. We are standing right now on the AT. That is AT North, and we are going to go AT South. All right, let's get her going. Look what that is on that tree. It's a pretty poor shape one, but it's a white blaze. there, guys. How beautiful this is. All right. Congratulations, through hikers. Bartram class of 23.
Oh yeah, this is
Congratulations.
Bartram class of 23 right there.
I hear you.
All right, we have finished the Bartram Trail. One thing I don't know if I mentioned before, Roadrunner did a small section hike, just an overnight, 2 weeks ago. She was actually on Chihuahua Bald on my birthday, and I think she camped up there. And she had told me she left me something in a baggie with a rock on top of it, and she left me a note, and she left me some of her favorite kind of tea. I've never had it, but I am cold and I am wet, and I cannot wait to get to the shelter to put on some dry clothes. Our plan now is we're finished with the Bartram Trail, so we have an 8-mile hike from Chihuahua Bald down to the NOC, but we are going to do like 1.2 of that tonight, I think, and stop at the shelter. We're on the AT now, so I almost bit the dust. We're going to sleep in one of the AT shelters tonight and then do the other 7 miles back down, hopefully in time for breakfast. It's inside of a shelter. There's a hammer. All right, I didn't do any video on much until we got mostly set up here. It was wet and cold, and we all needed to get in dry clothes. And Roadrunner left me, this is what she left. Her royal milk tea. This is her thing on trail. And I'm gonna make it right now. We're gonna see if I like it. All right, let's see how it is. It's still pretty hot, but it's decent. It's too hot for me to get the full flavor, I think, but it is like, I may have used too much water. I used maybe a little over a cup. It's like a watered down milky tea. It's pretty decent. I'm gonna drink it. It's gonna be good. Thank you. Okay, weather's cleared up a little bit, but it's still pretty cold and windy. Like, I am shivering. And the shelter's right back there. A couple more people just came in. There's actually a lot of people here. There are 2 guys tenting that we ran into on Chihuahua Bald the other day, and we're seeing them here. 2 ladies just came in, and they're in the shelter on the bottom with Sprite and Come Along, and then Hammer and Water Girl and I are on the 2nd story. Hopefully nobody else shows up, and then we'll all have plenty of room and be comfortable, but I don't know, we'll see. It's a beautiful night, so I don't know, because there's so many people in the shelter, I probably won't come back on tonight, but I will be back tomorrow, and we will hike back to the car. Although, this is a pretty great day. I finished my 2023 hiking goals, because my goals for this year were the Art Lobe Trail and the Bartram, so both are done. I don't know what's next. We'll have to wait and see.
okay.
Good morning. It's beautiful sunshine, cold and windy, and we are ready to get out of the woods and get some clean clothes and some showers. Jake, what are you looking forward to?
Pizza.
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 Pizza. we're walking out. It is blue skies and sunny, but cold and windy. Have been walking up on that ridge and just kind of got on this side of the top. It's not as windy here, but man, it's cold and windy over there. It's supposed to be all downhill, but so far we've been going all uphill. I know it's a really steep up out of the NOC, so eventually we will have that steep down. But anyway, beautiful day to be in the woods. I'm a little bit sad, you know, like we finished the Bartram yesterday, but we're still out here. It was kind of good to have some practice again of coming into a shelter wet and cold, and you know, being able to trust your gear and actually be warm and comfortable pretty quick. And I slept pretty good last night, really, especially for in a shelter. It was actually one of the quietest shelter experiences I think I've ever had, and it was pretty full of people. So all in all, good night, good morning. I don't care what time in the morning it is, I am ready for pizza and probably a beer when we get to the knock. I can only have one though, because I gotta drive to Franklin after this. And man, what a beautiful day to be in the woods. All right, I'm gonna share this with y'all. It's just a little trailside monument. And I have done a very poor job of filming anything this morning. Water Girl and I have been chatting it up and just hiking on down the mountain. And I got a couple of shots at a view, but we are just under 3 miles from the NOC, where we are ready to eat some food. It's turned into a beautiful sunny morning. It's actually warmed up a lot. I've hiked this section twice before, but never when everything was green. So this is feels like a totally new trail. All right, we are almost right here at the NOC, but there is like a steam engine train that you really can't see. Let's see if we get a better view. Check this out. I think we're not going to be able to get over there actually while the train's on the tracks, so maybe we'll go down here and get a better view. Okay.
It's going to be here for a minute.
Thank you.
At least 30 minutes.
Okay. All right, so we have learned that this train is going to be here for like 30 minutes to an hour. So we have to walk up and on the tracks in front of them. I don't feel like that's the smartest thing, but we're hungry, so. So this train let off like 5,000 people.
For the rougher stuff, I tend to use like local saddle soap.